So welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to go through my team from last week in Game Week 22 and see how many points I got and where I now sit overall in the world. And additionally, we're also going to go through my team for next week, the transfers that I've made, who I've captained for next week, so make sure you stick around for that. But my overall week wasn't bad. There was people who had great weeks, the likes of Connor Bradley. Big differential, especially with Trent coming back. I'm pretty sure he got around 20 points because he got that beautiful goal and also 2 assists. There's only 2 players ever who are under 21s that are defenders to have 3 goal contributions in one game, and it was Trent and Ramsey. So he's played a masterclass there, I can't lie. But without further ado, let's jump straight into my team. Setting goal, we got Areola. Now, the good thing about Areola is he's always going to look at getting those save points because he has to do a lot for West Ham, especially as a West Ham fan. I have to watch it. I'm going to the game on Sunday, so let's hope we can get a result there. But it's not looking promising after the other night. A very just mediocre performance. But Areola, he had 3 big saves in the first half. I mean, he had one put past him, which he couldn't really do anything about in the first few minutes. Literally point blank. But I'm very happy with him. 3 points, you can't really complain. I mean, a clean sheet would have been nice. Then we have Van Dijk, where Nkunku scored a brilliant goal versus them. I mean, again, there was nothing he can do about that. He got turned inside out, and Nkunku is quality. It's a shame he's actually at Chelsea, unless Chelsea improve in the future, because he could be in a top team. I mean, he should be playing Champions League every single year consistently. Then we've got Ndogi, who got 10 points now. Those 10 points are quite interesting, seemingly, because he did give away a goal. I saw someone else say he gave away another goal as well, but I definitely know he gave away the last goal that they conceded. He just passed it straight back and straight to the player, and he just buried it, to be honest. But at least he scored. The good thing is he might not be great defensively, but he can always offer you those attacking returns, even if they do concede. Then we have Gabriel, only 2 points there. Again, not amazing, that did concede. And then we've got Estepinian with 0. I mean, Luton just went absolutely mental, didn't they? I mean, they won 4-0 against Brighton. I don't think anyone saw that coming, to be honest, and I especially didn't. But Adebayo getting loads of FPL points with a hat-trick. I mean, the Luton fans have to be happy with that. Whether they can kick on from it and get out of relegation, that would be amazing for them. But let's hope they can, because I do really like Luton. And if they stayed up, it would be good for the Premier League. However, there are some big clubs that could go down, the likes of Everton. Then we've got Bone with 1 point. Again, we look like we struggled against Bournemouth. We didn't really have much. Bone didn't really have a chance here or there. I think he had one chance where it came across the front post and he just couldn't make connection on it. But I'm going to keep him in. He's gone for his longest goal drought this season without scoring, which is 3 games, which is pretty impressive. Then we've got Foden, who I actually captained, only 1 assist, a bit disappointed. As you can see, someone else, a Man City man who got a lot more points that would have, who I probably should have captained. But Foden, you can't complain. A lot of these, that just is what it is. You know, you go out with your FPL team, you put out the best players you think that are going to do well, and not always the right things happen. Then we've got Palmer. Didn't do too much. Anfield away was always going to be a tough game, but I thought if Chelsea did anything, it was going to be through him, and in the end it was Nkunku, but again, that's just unfortunate. Then Saka, 10 points, that's very nice. Could have captained him too, but he got his goal versus Forest, and yeah, that's not too bad, but that Gabriel clean sheet is annoying, conceding late on to Forest, I cannot lie. Then we have Solanke, who got me 8 points. Now that is more like it, even though Calvin Phillips on his debut passed it straight to him. That was pretty much the only chance Solanke got all game. He buried it and also took away 2 bonus, so I was very, very pleased with that, I have to say. And then Julian Alvarez, 13 points. Now, that was a man. It was between Foden and Alvarez, because I wanted to captain someone from that game, and I chose the wrong one. But Alvarez hopefully will play next week. We saw Haaland return, which could be a bit scary, because it could affect their minutes. But I know Man City do have a double game week coming up, which is also decent. So you've got to keep your eyes out for that. And there are a few blanks. I think Spurs have a blank in a week or so. I think in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So make sure you're checking up on your teams regularly and you have those transfers. On our bench, we had Dubravka, Cash, Archer, Salah with 0. Salah's gone this week. Cash only getting 1 after that game versus Newcastle. A bit disappointing there. But that is my team from last week. If we do also take a look at how we got on overall, our overall points are now 1,359. Our overall rank is 14,648. So I can't actually remember whether that's higher than last week or not. I would have to go back and check. then that's out of 10 million players, which that just gets higher every single week. But that's really good to know. Again, I'm aiming for that top 10k. If I can finish in top 10k, I was entire top 60k last year, I'll be very, very pleased. But let's go on to my team for next week and who I've picked. So here it is. The deadline is 11 a.m. on Saturday, so make sure you got your team ready for then. We've got Dubravka in goal, Luton at home. That's a really nice fixture. You would back, even though Luton won 4-0, you would back Newcastle after a good win they just have to keep a clean sheet there. They're very, very strong at St James's Park, so you'd be disappointed. And that means Areola does drop to the bench. I think United away will be a tough game. Then we've got Gabriel at home versus Liverpool. I feel like both teams are going to concede in this game, so I've either got to play Van Dijk or Gabriel, and with it being at the Emirates, I've gone with Gabriel. I mean, it's a risky one because Van Dijk could score a header here or there, but Gabriel has also been a threat, especially when he scored the other week, and he could have had two, but one went down as an own goal. So I'm keeping Gabriel in hope that Van Dijk doesn't get more points, but again, I'm going off what I think will happen. You just never know. It could be the wrong decision, could be the right decision. We'll find out. Then I've got Ndogi away at Everton. Again, Goodison is a tough place to go. As are most away games in the Premier League now. Most teams have a good home record. But Ndogi hopefully can offer me that attack and return. Everton will be tough to keep a clean sheet against, especially against Dyche. I'll set up a low block. Really look to utilise set pieces here and there. Then we've got Estepinian versus Crystal Palace. Hopefully he can do better than his 0 points last week. I mean, the reason I brought him in was slightly long term because he does have a good fixture run here or there, so he can be in the squad most weeks rather than dropping out to the bench. Then we've got Bowen, who I hope does something on Sunday because I'm going the game. He's always a threat, especially as that middleman for West Ham currently. And hopefully Baketa can come back soon with the likes of Kudus to add some more danger, and also Ward-Prowse whipping balls in. Then we've got Palmer at home v Wolves, a potential captain option. I mean, they didn't do well at Anfield, but we know that Palmer's been on fire this season, and Chelsea at home have been a lot better than they have been away from home, that's for sure. Then again, Saka versus Liverpool at home. I would actually back Saka to score this game. Yes, it's tough, but I can just see him scoring. He's just the type of player to turn up in this game. He had a few critics, shut them down versus Forest, and he looks ready. Then Foden v Brentford away. Brentford have been a bit of an interesting team this season, struggled a bit. Now they've got Tony, they're putting in a few more goals, but Foden I really like the look of. Someone in that Man City midfield, De Bruyne is probably a safe option now, especially how good he's looked since coming back, but I really do like Foden. Then our transfer for this week is Anthony Gordon. Luton at home, how could you not? Newcastle will have a good little run. He's so cheap, and that means next week, before the double game week, I'll be able to get Haaland back in for Alvarez, because when it's a double game week, I can't not have Haaland in there. They would be such a miss, especially with the goals he scores. Alvarez will probably be dropped back to that 10 position when Haaland's fit enough to start, so... But yeah, we do have Alvarez also, Brentford away, coming off of a brace. So he's in really good form, and I want players in good form, so I'm happy with that. And then finally, the person who's got the armband currently is Dom Solanke. Now, Forest at home. Forest tend to concede quite a few goals here or there. And with it being at home for Bournemouth, I really feel like Solanke could grab a goal. I'm pretty sure he scored in his last few games, at least here or there. So he had that really good run of form as well. So I'm hoping that Bournemouth can keep with their high pressing that they're doing. They did well against West Ham too. They look to the better side, and they can take this into that game v Forest, and Solanke can get me some points. But I am confident. I'm going to go vice captain, probably Palmer. Yeah, and the bench, as you can see, Areola, Virgil van Dijk, Matty Cash, who's an interesting one. Villa's defence isn't actually that great. They do not keep many clean sheets. And then Archer, who's actually playing Matty Cash. But that is my team for this FPL week. Let me know in the comments, who have you brought in and who have you transferred this week? Because I want to know, and also who your captains, because my mind still isn't completely made up on this team, but this is pretty much how it is. I've got no wild card. I do have a free hit, but that'll be saved for the double game week. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like on it if you have enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Make sure you stay tuned for the United vlog at the weekend.